It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, let's jump right in. Okay, guys, so we know Vanderpump Rules is over. Well, they're about to start filming soon, rumor is. However, the feuds have not stopped. In true Vanderpump Rules fashion, guys, we're about to get season 9, and it's going to look like a very different season. Fans are already anticipating having a way different dynamic after 8 cast members have been released. Now, if you guys have missed some of my other videos, let me just go over that really quick for you. Jax Taylor and his wife, Brittany. Brittany obviously wasn't fired, but Jax Taylor was. And Brittany can't film without Jax. That doesn't make sense. Stassi Schroeder and Bo Clark, same thing. Stassi was fired for some really ignorant issues, and I don't really want to touch on that, but she was let go, which means if she's let go, Bo is let go. Now, not just them, Kristen Doty was also released, Brett Caprioni, and also Max Boyens, but now we've heard from another cast member that she will no longer be a part of the show. It was Dana Cathan, and after appearing on only one season, season 8, she has put out there on Instagram in a comment responding to a fan that she will not be returning for season 9. While she's excited to sit back and watch how the season plays out, she will not be a part of it in any capacity. And okay, we see you. But with that, what does that mean? What would the show look like? Fans want to know who would even come back. At this point, Scheana is in labor right now. She's about to have her baby with boyfriend Brock Davies. We've never met Brock on the show yet. Lala Kent just gave birth a few months back to her baby Ocean, her beautiful little baby with her man Randall Emmett. And then we also have Tom and Tom, of course, Katie Maloney and Ariana Maddox. Not just them, but we still have James Kennedy and Raquel. But who else? Obviously, this is going to be a completely different show because they're going to have to find new drama and figure out how they're going to showcase the new moms. It's going to be different. We haven't had a mom on the show before. With that, there has been a feud that's been brewing, and it's between two of the fan favorites, Lala Kent and Scheana Marie, whatever you want to call her. Scheana, to be honest with you, a quick backstory from me. Scheana was one of the first friends that I ever made in Los Angeles, and she was an absolute sweetheart. The first time I met her, I was looking for a job, and I sat down at the bar next to her, had no clue who she was. It was right after season 1 wrapped. I didn't watch Vanderpump Rules, and I sat next to her while her, at the time, boyfriend, who became her husband, Mike Shea, was bartending. When she saw that I had a stack of resumes, we struck up a conversation, and, I told her I was looking for a job, and she told me I should go apply at SUR. I did just that, but I kind of blew it a little bit because when I went to SUR and I was doing my interview, I was asked, well, who do you know who works here? I was like, I know Scheana. Yeah, I know Scheana. And the owner looked at me like, excuse me, what's her name? I was like, yeah, Scheana. Okay. I eventually ended up getting my job, becoming the first boy host at SUR. However, that's not what we're here to talk about. My point is, Scheana has never been anything but an absolute sweetheart to me. I've only seen good sides of her, and while fans do kind of peg her as this boy-crazy, attention-seeking woman, I just want to point out another fact that that's not necessarily fair. While I'm sure that she kind of displays some of those qualities sometimes, especially on the show, what do you expect from someone who's filming a reality TV show? They have to have some sort of storyline moving or else they will be released from the show. And she commands a huge paycheck, meaning if she gets kicked off the show, there goes her $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 a season to film. Why wouldn't she be that way? And there was a producer who went on a podcast, a very famous podcast, and the producer was joking about how she likes to edit Scheana to look a certain way. Now that producer, editor, whoever it was, has since been released for making this joke. And Scheana, she made sure that the person is no longer a part of the show, which is fair. It wasn't fair to edit her that way, even though fans were like, girl, you signed up for a reality show. You get what you get. What do you expect? You don't have control over the narrative. Once you decide to sign this contract and you put yourself out there on the show, the producers see that you have these sort of character traits, and then they figure out what person or how that person is going to be portrayed. This is an ensemble cast. You can't have 7 Jaxes or 7 Stasis. You need to have the sort of attention-hungry, boy, crazy one. You need to have the villain. You need to have the cheater and the aggressor, the calm one. You need all of those things to make a dynamic ensemble cast. And I think that's what they figured out as far as Scheana's position and how she was going to be portrayed, and they just ran with it. Jax Taylor even explained before, while I'm thankful for the show, I don't like how they portrayed me half the time. I feel like they always sort of caught me at my peak, and that's what they played out on the show because it made for better ratings. He said he wasn't completely bashing the show because, again, he was thankful for the money and his time and the platform that that gave him. However, yeah, I'm sure it sucks to some capacity because, you know, when is this guy ever going to look like a good guy, if at all ever being a good guy? Okay. Anyways, getting back to the Lala Scheana feud, it seems like things are already heating up, even though Scheana is about to give birth. Like I said, Lala has no time for her. And Lala made that very clear. Lala appeared on an episode of Overserved, and she was talking about her experience with Scheana and why she doesn't talk to her anymore. Apparently, after Scheana's miscarriage, unfortunate miscarriage with her man Brock Davies, she was destroyed. You know, she was pregnant, getting pregnant at the same time as Lala and Stassi and Brittany, and they were all starting to have these babies, but Scheana unfortunately lost her baby. And I'm sure for any woman that is a traumatic experience and point in their life where I would just assume that it would be hard to come back from. I'm not a woman, so I don't necessarily know, but I'm also a human being, and I can understand that someone who's going through a tough time like that deserves compassion, understanding, and just a group of friends who can be there to console her, right? Well, for Scheana pointed out that when she reached out to a few of her Vanderpump Rules co-stars, and Lala being one of them, after having her miscarriage, she just reached out saying, hey, I need a friend to be there for me. I need someone by my side. Can you please come over? She then pointed out that Lala had other things to do because she had dinner with celebrities. Now, we know that Randall Emmett is a famous director, and he's getting more and more famous as the time goes for films like Irishman and whatever else. The guy's an absolutely great guy, super nice from the few times that I've met him in person. Never seen a bad side of this man. However, he has a lot of celebrity friends around him. Well, the friends, to be exact, who she ended up meeting up with that night of, you know, Scheana's time in need, it was Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. She went out to dinner with them, and she didn't have time to go be by Scheana's side. In her words, she had plans. She was busy. Now, Scheana doesn't really look at that as being a good friend, but Lala did point out that this feud kind of escalated when Lala had her gender reveal party and Scheana wasn't invited. Scheana said that her and Brock Davies were left out of the gender reveal party, and it hurt her feelings. She felt like she wasn't included, especially after her hard time. And Lala really didn't care if she felt not included. Just to be fair, Lala was pointing out that this was my moment. This was my gender reveal party. This was a time where I was supposed to be happy and celebrate this new life that I'm bringing into the world. So don't make it about yourself. I think that you could be a little bit more sympathetic than that. However, I'm not Lala, so I'm not in her shoes. And technically, Lala was pregnant at the time. So she might have had, I mean, when people are pregnant, don't they have certain, you know, hormones and different emotions that they go through? Your body's changing. You're growing a little beautiful human being in there, right? I mean, I'm trying to just understand both sides here. But when Lala was explaining the situation, this is what she said. What triggered it is when I didn't invite her to my gender reveal. And then she started turning my gender reveal into a platform for her low-level podcast. Like, don't make my gender reveal about you. She then continued by saying, I sent Scheana a very long, this is how I feel about you text message. And she was asked, you know, did Scheana reply? And she said, I actually told her, do not reply. This is the last moment that you will ever get from me. Ouch. Now, Scheana did tell Zach Peter, who we've had on our show before, great guy. She did tell him on an episode of his podcast that she never sees a friendship with Lala again. And she said she's completely fine with that because honestly, over the past 3 years, she really felt herself forcing a friendship, a sort of relationship with Lala. Scheana said that her and Lala were never true friends to begin with, but every time she hurts me, she feels bad, she begs for forgiveness, and it's usually when there's a camera in her face. But Scheana did add, but then I forgive her. And then she does it again. But at this point, I'm done. I'm checked out. Scheana ended that off with, at this point, I'm done. I don't have any room for that sort of fakeness in my life anymore. So she's ready to move on. She's welcoming her beautiful little baby, mini Scheana is what she calls her on Instagram. If she actually names her daughter Scheana, I'm going to die. I think that would be so funny. But she is entering in this new phase of her life. She just put a vlog up where she's moving back from San Diego to Los Angeles, obviously, because she's going to be filming, right? So she's going to be in demand. Not only that, she has the pressures of being a new mom. So does Lala. I mean, there are new obstacles in their life. It's not just filming a reality show anymore, running around like a bunch of drunken fools, screaming at each other, fighting, a very alcohol-induced situation. Lala has celebrated her sobriety. She's a year or two at this point sober, so congratulations to her. And Scheana is becoming a mom. They both are. It's a different time of their lives. Now, can they ever find any sort of resolution? Who knows? Because at this point, it feels like a very Elsie, Lauren Conrad, and Heidi Montag situation. It seems like, you know, I want to forgive and I want to forget. I want to forgive you, but I also want to forget you. And when people check out at that point, when they've been burned so many times, it's like you're only going to put your hand on the oven so many times before that burn is going to just trigger you and make you know, no, I can't do that again. However, guys, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about the Lala and Scheana situation? Do you feel like Scheana was trying to make Lala's gender reveal about her? And do you feel like, you know, Scheana shouldn't have been upset that Lala had plans already to go out with Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox? Do you feel like Lala's right? Or do you feel like, you know, Lala could have been a better friend? She could have been more sympathetic after Scheana had her miscarriage. And yeah, she could have definitely invited her to her gender reveal party, but she most likely didn't because Stassi Schroeder and a few other cast members who are not the biggest fans of Scheana were there. So she decided to just kind of exclude her a little bit. I want to know where you guys stand. Are you team Scheana or are you team Lala? What do you think about this? I don't want to just give you my opinion. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I read all of the comments. I enjoy them. And I love to see a good perspective, a different perspective. And you guys give them to me all across the board. Again, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, comment below. And before you go, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And with that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.